Lab Talk, Lab Talk, Lab Talk. I'm going to start this episode off a little bit different. Not that this is an official channel sponsor or video sponsor, just a friend of mine that has a real cool clothing line, Fly Life Clothing. Please check him out on Instagram. He takes direct orders and he'll ship it right out to you. Garments are really high quality, feel good on the body, and he's a black business, and I think that the designs are really dope, so go check him out. Fly Life Clothing once again. So, on our last episode, we discussed the impeachment trial, and now it's come to a conclusion, and the president has been acquitted of his impeachment charges. Now, in our previous episode, we kind of discussed a little bit about the ramifications of it, but I want to dive deeper now that he's officially been acquitted. I think that the ramifications of this are furthering the party over country. I think that the ramifications of this are massive. Especially if you get a new personality in the White House at some point that's very similar to Trump's and sees his blueprint and decides that they want to further push the lines of what executive powers are able to do. I also feel as if when the next president that feels that the election wasn't fair has a blueprint on how to potentially overturn the election results. Imagine if these people that stormed the Capitol were highly armed. Imagine if these people that stormed the Capitol actually got in the halls and decided to make politicians overturn whatever votes that they casted. Imagine if this would have been successful. Imagine if there would have been a massacre at the Capitol. I think that this decision leaves the door open for those possibilities. Whenever you have a figurehead like the president that says, hey, I want you all to meet me here in D.C., and then tells you to storm the Capitol and tells you to fight like hell for your country and for fair elections and for democracy, and those people carry out exactly what this figurehead told them to do, I think that just paints a terrible and horrible direction for any sort of executives that get into that office in the future. I think it's official. I mean, not that it wasn't before this, but I think that this definitely re-solidifies my point, is that there is no objectivity anymore in this world, at least not in this country. I think that we can argue everything at this point. It was argued during the trial that the word fight wasn't used the way that the word fight is meant to be used. And I think that everybody else also understands that if this was another person other than the president, that there absolutely would have been legal ramifications for the things that were said. So how do we justify this as a country? How do we allow such a stark and crazy thing to happen on our soil and there's not as much as a slap on the hand for it? President Trump, or former President Trump, thank God, can basically go on with his life as if nothing happened, and it's really no issue. I think that this country is going to reap what it sows in regard to this, because you can't allow people to feel as if storming the Capitol to change a fair democratic election is such a small thing. I thought that this country was, the trailblazers of democracy. At least that's what we say. I thought that this country was the example of how democracy is supposed to be handled. And I can't say that that's the case. Not that it was 100% before this, but I feel like this is so blatant and so in front of people's faces that this is a moment in our country's history. And I truly find that as a sad thing. Of all the progress that we've made for African Americans, LGBTQ, women, so many other groups, for this country to still be pushing this white supremacist agenda, because we know that if Obama did some shit like this, he'd be in prison. So for this country to still be pushing this white supremacist agenda, it just really doesn't understand how the laws of inertia work. This country will have a backlash, and I'm not saying that I'm organizing anything, because I absolutely am not. But I'm enough of a studier of human behavior to kind of see how things usually play out in situations like this. Truly a saddening moment for the country, but I still got hope. I think that the country is blackening and browning every day, and I feel like there are some people with objectivity or that are capable of objectivity, and I feel as if this old way of doing things are dying out as every day passes. So I'm hopeful, but I'm extremely frustrated and sad at the developments, and I'm just hoping that going into the future, we elect some responsible people. So that's Lab Talk. Hopefully on the next one, it'll be a little bit less melancholy, but we got to talk about all things. So Lab Talk, don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you can be notified when these new episodes drop. We'll continue dropping the interview series. We're going to continue dropping the live performance series. I hope you guys enjoyed the Valentine's Day live performance series. That was for my fiance. So it was a song that I wrote about my fiance. So if you haven't seen it, check it out on the page. It's called Unknown Amion. And I'll be dropping more. So I appreciate you guys for your support. If you have any questions or anything like that, reach out to me, whether that's here in the comments section, or you could just DM me on my social media. But I'm always interested in having conversations with you guys. Lab Talk. Peace.
Got a clique full of shooters. They won't